Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video. I always appreciate the support. Let's get into it. So as good as the 2021 movie slate was, I believe we're in for an even better year in 2022. Considering I think studios are mostly done, for the most part, delaying movies and stuff like that. So I am going to give you my most anticipated movies of 2022. Make sure to leave your thoughts down and below what movies you're the most excited for, and all that type of fun stuff. So with all that being said, let's get into it. So coming in at number 10, we've got Morbius. I really honestly don't have high expectations for this movie. I think this movie is probably going to be really confusing and a mess. But Morbius, I don't really know too much about the character, but he seems pretty interesting. The only any type of interaction I have with him at all is in like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, like the little Switch game. So it's not very much, but Jared Leto's a good actor, and I think the only reason this movie takes in at 10 is because it's kind of the first big movie of the year. It comes out in like 20-ish, 25-day-ish, so that's why I'm gonna give it at 10. But I don't know really what to expect from this movie. Coming in at number 9, we've got The Flash. So I really was more excited for this movie before the news that this is just going to get rid of all the Snyder continuity and everything like that, which that's not necessarily my problem with the Flash reboot news. My main thing is that instead of just recasting Superman and Batman, they're just not going to have a Superman or a Batman be present in the universe, and I think that's really dumb. So that is going to dampen my excitement for this movie and kind of a lot of the DCEU movies going forward, but that's okay. I On top of that, besides that, I really don't like Ezra Miller as Barry Allen Flash, so that kind of held back my excitement. Anyways, and when you throw that on, um, I would say I'm not just the most pumped for this movie as I was, but it's a superhero movie, so I'm still going to give it some excitement. So then we got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So I don't really know exactly what this movie exactly is going to be, but James Wan is coming back, Jason Momoa is coming back, so that's exciting. I really like the first Aquaman movie. I expect more of the same from the second one. Okay, getting into some movies I actually am like really excited for. Coming in at number 7, we got Black Adam. I'm very excited to see The Rock play Black Adam. This is something that he's been working for and striving towards for a really long time. And so I know that when these people get attached to kind of their passion projects, they end up being very heartfelt and good. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also excited to see Hawkman and Dr. Fate, especially Dr. Fate. Really excited to see him in live action. And I think this movie is going to be different because the antagonistic force of this movie is going to be a group of heroes, which is definitely different. Which is definitely different, anyways, but definitely specifically for these kind of anti-hero films. Normally, it's another villain in the antagonist role, and to have actual heroes and good guys in the antagonistic role, I think will be a good shift. I'm really excited about that. Good, at number 7, we got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. I'm a little maybe slightly skeptical about the Part 1 thing, but I have no doubt this will at least be as good as the first one. So if it is, the Part 1's not really relevant. But I am very excited about Spider-Man 2099. Of course, I love Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. He's super cool. I'm also just excited to see the continuation of Miles and Gwen, Peter B. potentially. I really hope Peter B. Parker comes back. And then all the other Spider characters they introduced in the first movie. Okay, checking in number 5, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I actually love and adore the first Sonic movie. I thought it was really good. It's probably definitely the best like video game adaptation movie. I personally think, in my opinion, normally they have a hard time adapting it, but I think they did a really good job in the first one. Um, I'm excited to have Jim Carrey back as Dr. Eggman. To see Tails and Knuckles get added into the movie gets me really excited that they're really going to really get into eventually the full expansion of the Sonic mythos, which of course can include like Shadow later on, which I would be super hyped for. But I'm definitely excited to see Tails and Knuckles in this movie and to see Sonic in his journey. So I'm super excited about this. Okay, coming in at number 4, we got Jurassic World Dominion. I'm really excited for this one because I really feel like this is going to feel like the most unique Jurassic Park franchise film. I think every time that the Jurassic Park franchise does something different, I think that's when they're at the best. Obviously, you got the OG Jurassic Park, Obviously, it doesn't have to do anything different because it's the OG. But like in the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, they go back to the island, and so I don't. There's no sympathy factor there for me there. And then in Jurassic World, the first one, they've got the fully functioning park, and that was different, so that was good. I like that. And in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, they go back to the island, but then they bring them back, so they kind of have to do something different, but not quite. But this is going to be so completely different. So I'm super excited about that. Kind of the implications of them bringing dinosaurs to the mainland. And I'm also super excited to see Dr. Alan Grant, Ellie Saller, Ian Malcolm back in their full force with Owen Grady and Claire and stuff like that. Super, super excited about this, and I can't wait for this summer. Okay, coming in number 3, we got Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. I really think this movie could potentially run into some issues about being too cameo filled, but as long as they keep that to a minimum, I really think this movie is going to be really good. And the implications of this movie going forward are also huge. I definitely think Wanda's the bad guy. I think the dark Doctor Strange we see at the end of the trailer is definitely a misdirect. I definitely think Wanda is at least a antagonistic force in this movie, which I'm super excited to see her in that. I love Wanda and I like Doctor Strange and everything like that, so I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be interesting what they do with an potential Illuminati. The rumors can be at least there's going to be part of an Illuminati. Obviously, they're not going to do the full group, I don't think. Obviously, they're not going to bring back Tony. I don't think they would introduce Reed Richards and Namor in this movie, but I definitely think they could do like Fox, X-Men, Professor X, and Black Bolt, who no one really cares about Black Bolt, so no one really cares if he has a full fleshed out origin or introduction and everything like that. But regardless, I'm super, super excited about how like genuinely crazy and potentially scary this movie could get. So it's going to check out at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we got Thor, Love, and Thunder. I personally really, really, really love Ragnarok. I think it's super funny. It reinvented Thor for me as a character. And if this movie is Ragnarok but turned up by a lot, I'm down. You can throw in the Guardians and all that. I think it's going to be super good. I'm really, really super excited to see Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. I really hope they don't turn him into some goofy little villain. As long as they keep him serious and the rest of the movie just like goofy and out there, I think it'll be a perfect balance. It'll be a great mix. And I'm kind of excited to see Jane Foster, Natalie Portman back. If Taika Waititi can do for Jane what he did for Thor, I really think we're going to have something really special on our hands in this movie. Before I get to number 1, we got a couple honorable mentions. We've got Uncharted and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. As far as Uncharted, I know nothing about Uncharted. I never played Uncharted, anything like that. But I really like Tom Holland. Mark Wahlberg's a great actor. The trailer looks like it's just going to be some big fun action movie. I'm always down for another one of those, so I'm super excited about that. But I am a little tentative just because I don't know anything about Uncharted. And the Black Panther Wakanda Forever, this movie, if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, may he rest in peace, would definitely be like way towards the top of the list. But I really have no idea how they're going to rework the story without recasting T'Challa. And so I am very skeptical about this movie. But coming in number 1, The Batman. I think this is pretty clear. I've been talking about this movie for a really, really long time. I really think that Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson have a chance to tell a really complete Batman story that encompasses kind of the 3 big areas that Batman is great at: a tactician, a detective, and a combatant. I really think that this type of story has a chance for all 3 of those things to flash, especially the combatant and the detective aspect of Batman. The trailer is giving me such Arkham vibes, and that gets me super excited. I think that if any Batman project can make me feel like, or is Arkham-esque, you've got me checked. I think the Batman has some GOAT potential, honestly, as far as the pantheon of superhero movies, potentially. And I'm super excited for it. Pretty easily the movie I'm most excited for, and I really hope it doesn't get delayed. With all that being said, thank you for watching today's video. Always appreciate the support. You guys make sure you check out the link content above. Comment down the movie you're most excited for in 2022 or a list. I'm always here for that as well. And you guys have a great day.